Hello, side questing tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Secret of the Silver Blades with me, BlueAnkylo. So, last episode we dealt with the Frost Giant village, and managed to not quite kill them all, although we may have missed a bit of treasure and some dragons and stuff if we'd explored and killed people rather than just talked. Anyway, I know I was going to go to the eastern crevasses, which are past the Frost Giant village, but I was looking through the list of maps on the clue book, and I realized I actually have missed an entire little side quest dungeon place. I don't know exactly what's in it at all, actually, but I figured we should at least show that off. So we're back in the dungeons, the ones that you traveled through the mines, and then you travel up the dungeon, and it has all those riddles and the gyno sphinxes and all that stuff. And at about this part, I must have gone... South takes us back here. It's kind of confusing on the map. West takes us to the rest of the dungeon, this is the way I obviously went. And East, which I either didn't notice or I wasn't paying enough attention, vice versa, takes us to a new area. So, you come upon a fighter as he defeats two others. He eyes you suspiciously and asks, "You more of them black circle lackeys?" What do you do? Well, he's a fighter, defeated a couple other people. He's also black, so he must be a good guy. Vala will be friendly to him. He is mollified by your answer. That's great. He tells of his captured friends, and you recorded his journal entry 3. Alright. That we can look at. Journal entry 3... doesn't actually pop up for you guys like I thought it did. I may have messed that up an episode ago, but anyway, here it is. Sir Derek's story. The Black Circle laid an ambush for our party. Nearly everyone was captured or killed. I was unconscious and left for dead. Since that time I have sought to free my companions. At least 2 lie ahead, and I shall seek them out. In this stolen Black Circle garb, I may succeed. With your help, I certainly will. And as honorable men and women, will you join me on my quest? He seems like a reasonable guy. It's totally not a trap to bring him along. He probably won't betray us later on, right? So, Christina, you keep a close eye on Sir Derek. He doesn't look terribly good here. View, let's see, level 10 fighter. That's actually pretty low, isn't it? Yeah, that's very low level. So level 10 fighter, stats are kind of, not terrible. He's not really strong for a fighter. Dexterity is kind of average, and Constitution is pretty low for a fighter. He's got a long sword. I don't think he's going to be terribly useful, to be honest. Let's just give him maybe a range. I don't think I have any spare armor that I'm willing to give him. Well, I might have a bracer somewhere, actually. I wasn't expecting to get extra characters. I've got the long... I could give him... I guess Sarius for now will... Well, no, I don't want to risk losing that. This is a really good bow. I don't want to risk losing that. Bracers of AC 3. Someone else has something like that. I know. There we go. So we'll give him this. And I will also give him... Don't I have a spare... Yeah, the Ring of Protection +2 will do us nothing, so he can have that. That should give him a reasonable armor class. That brings him to -1. I mean, it's nothing compared to us, but that's probably a fair armor class. He's also nearly dead, gee whiz. What else could I give him? I guess I need to... He's got a longsword. Either give him a shield or give him a bow. I think I don't have a spare shield right now. Actually, here's one thing to check. Vala, we couldn't get anything back from if I gave it to her, so let's just see. Oh, see how there's no trade button again? Anything I give him is his forever, yeah. Just like Vala. I don't like that. That's dumb. So if I give him anything, it's gone forever. To be honest, the arrows aren't a big deal. +1, we can just buy 1 million of those if we need them. I will give him Christina's arrows. She doesn't have quite as many. Or will I give him someone else's? Pixels. I want to give him like the arrows from one of the mages, basically. Yeah, Pixel, you'll be okay. Actually, turns out I forgot to equip all this stuff, so I do have spare set of melee. Okay, well let's do that on camera. I obviously meant to do that in between episodes, and I totally forgot. So, who needs a little bit more AC of the real group? Shinga is not the highest, but he's got the most HP. What is he equipped with? He's got +3, +3, +3, and what we picked up went to Pixel, and it's all +4 stuff. So that's a straight upgrade for our paladin up front. Tell you what, we'll split them up. We'll give one to Shinga and one to Sarius, because Sarius has pretty low HP. So I'd like him to have more armor class, so he gets hit a little bit less often. And then we will switch this over quick. And I really don't need the money or this at all, so we can give that to Sir Derek now. That brings Shinga up to -9. We'll give Sarius the better shield. And again, I will switch this over to Sir Derek. And that way I don't have to give him bow and arrows and stuff. I know I've given him the bracers and the ring now, and we'll never get them back, but he's at -6 with, oh yeah. He'll need a better weapon. Again, I'll probably just give him some leftovers. So the longsword +4 is an upgrade for Pixel. It's also an upgrade for Shinga. I'm going to give it to Shinga. My logic here, in case you're wondering, is Shinga doesn't have a lot of alternate forms of attack because he's a paladin. He just has melee and a little bit of clerical stuff. The rest of the characters have, well, Pixel and Christina and Sirius all have mage spells, and Fella has got the druid stuff, so he's got some extra abilities too. But I would say Shinga needs, he's going to be in melee most of the time, basically. More than the other ones. He also has a ridiculous strength, thanks to the girdle of giant strength. So he hits really, really hard. So we'll go with that. Okay, and then we pass down the magic sword. I don't think the broadswords are technically as good as the long swords if you look at the actual damage values against large creatures. So this is a little bit less valuable than a longsword +3. Anyway, there you go. This guy's Thaco and armor class and everything is probably not going to be good. You know, I waste all this time giving him stuff. It's probably barely worth it. Maybe we can just fix him up quick. There we go. Good. He also has a pretty low max HP, so he'll probably just end up dead. Okay, anyway, welcome to, well, spoiler alert, this is the Drider compound. You enter an empty guard room. There's nothing of value here. I'll determine that. Okay, there's nothing of value there. I have determined it thusly. Bash it. Shinga, you are like, if anyone could bash something down, it would be, oh, I bashed it down accidentally. But anyway, Shinga would be the one to do it. Guard room with nothing. Again, that makes me want to search, because when the game tells you there's definitely nothing there, these old games, you know, makes me want to search. You know, eventually one of these is going to have something, right? You see a menacing shadow in the distance to the east. Okay. Should we go... Actually, okay. I've been really, really lazy with this kind of stuff lately. Let's throw on Prayer and Bless at least for better AC and Thaco for the next fight. It only lasts like a short time, so you can't cast it way in advance. But assumedly there's a battle here, right? As you move closer, the shadow resolves into a large iron golem. And these things are really tough, so I'm glad I buffed up a little. His eyes turn red and he speaks, "Who is thy master? Since you do not know, I will instruct you." Oh, that was his voice. The iron golem animates. They should use some quotations there so I knew it was golem voice. Alright, so it's just one Iron Golem. It shouldn't be that bad. But I know they hit real hard. Try to make room for other people. Also, I think the last time we fought them, we had like +2 weapons. And it might have required +3 or +4 weapons to hit it. Oh, we don't even get control of that guy. That's interesting. Okay, let's see if a +3 weapon can damage it. Yes. So maybe I only had +2 last time, or whatever. It was really easy. What do I know? Okay, well, we got a good victory there anyway. Let's keep exploring. Empty storage room. Safe place to rest. Well, that's nice. Still safe to rest. You enter a kitchen. There's a cook running around muttering to himself. What do? We interrupt him. He's probably cooking humans. Or something like that. Those mages have me making all this extra food. It's just another summoning, and elementals don't eat. I hope those Driders like human food, otherwise it's scraps to the hounds. So that's just a hint at what we're going to be fighting. Driders, mages, elementals, you know, pretty standard stuff, I suppose, by now. Oh, look! Drider guards smile at your entrance. They scuttle forward on their 8 arachnid legs. Alright, well, there's lots of them. Fella is really happy to be up front. On the other hand, we've been killing Driders for a long time. So, like, I think we'll be okay. Okay, that guy was lame. Didn't do anything. Uh-oh, they can cast. I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. Okay, hold on. Instant magic missile. We'll try to keep interrupting them as much as we can. Oh, shoot. Fear. Okay, that didn't work on us. Lightning bolt is gonna really hurt, though. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Stop killing me with lightning bolts. Okay, that was my bad. I forgot that spider archers were also magic users. Forgive me for forgetting that spiders with bows were also mages. This just doesn't seem intrinsically logical to me that Driders, spiders, can shoot lightning bolts. But it's okay, I'll remember for next time. It wasn't that bad. And we get some gems, sure. Now, because the game specifically told us this, you know, I assume anytime we want, we can just go here and rest. So we could restore spells and stuff if we needed to. So we should be using spells like crazy, and we can free heal anytime we want. So this should be a really easy dungeon, if that's what I'm gathering here. What's this? Bash it. Okay, these are like prisons? Yeah. We've seen these before. These types of things. And we are here to rescue Derek's friends, right? You came upon a guard station. They attack. I was thinking maybe we found his friends there. Alright, Black Circle veterans look really easy. So let's just deal with them. Quickly. Actually, you know what? Quick battle. I haven't used quick battle in ages. I don't trust it for movement, but for fighting, when all you have to do is hit somebody beside you, they should be okay. I'll let the more melee units get up front. Alright. Quick battle should save us a little bit of time for an easy fight. Oh, good. And then someone uses magical items. I'll just guard. I mean, Charming Eyes is pretty good, Sarius, but you're gonna break your cool magical artifact there. And then you're not gonna have any of them for important battles. And they just surrender. Alright. I suppose if you didn't give Derek any gear, this would be a good point to give him some stuff. You could give him a crossbow at least, or some probably plate +1 or 2. I don't care. Alright, so that was guard post. That's good. Any prisoners around here? Oh, a skeleton! It's probably a trap, but, you know, I need the gems. Christina, they're all yours. As you reach down, the gems fade away. Guards leap from behind an illusionary wall and attack. Well, you know. I think they get a free round. This could be bad. Well, it could have been bad. The Driders didn't do anything. Alright, I'll tell you what. It's a good time for Fireball. Alright, and we cast it before the Drider got his turn. I guess I don't really care how much damage you do to the fighters. It's more important that we just interrupt all the Driders and maybe don't hurt our own party, I guess. It would have been nice if we could have got 40 damage roll for all those guys. Okay, none of them... I'll just delay. I was thinking none of them are casting this round, so we don't have to rush it. At least I got her in there to kill one of the Driders. Puts Christina in a little bit of a dangerous spot because she can get back attacked, but... again, trying to cast magic, huh? Well, the lightning bolts hurt quite a lot, so, that should be with that. And I will make sure the final one doesn't get any chance to cast at us. There we go. Alright, everything should be dealt with now. We'll just switch to quick battle. These veterans really don't seem that bad. I know there's like legionaries and stuff that seemed fairly tough, but these are not the ones. I have to manually control Sarius or else he just uses all his magic items. I guess I'm just glad people don't use their wands of Ice Storm and Fireball on the entire group, which is kind of what I would expect, to be honest. Alright. At least the fights are going pretty quick. Not very good for experience or anything, unfortunately. So, illusionary wall, right? You enter an empty guard room. There's nothing of value. Well, that is just dumb. Give me a secret guard room with no loot. Uh-oh. A skeleton wearing chainmail is chained to the wall. The armor is in excellent condition. Oh, we just get it? Crazy. Well, it's probably not very good. Or cursed. But, let's see how it compares to plate +4. So, we've got armor class -9. It's not going to be nearly as good. It's at least 3 worse. So, it could also... I mean, it could have a magical effect on it, like... reduce damage from fire or something. I don't know, maybe. I don't know what was in D&D 1st edition for magical armor. It's probably just +2 or something, chainmail. That wall is suspicious. The fact that there's like one little cell missing there is making me suspicious. I guess this one might be important. Nope. Alright. So it's gonna be like the very last one, right? This is the last cell. It's totally gonna be this one, right? Let's cast Bless. I think over the entire party we can cast these spells like 5 times or so. Prayer and Bless at the very least, not counting stuff like Protection from Evil, but you know, I'm sure this is fine. You've come upon a young elf near death. He gestures for Sir Derek, who comes over and cradles his friend. He wheezes, "They have taken Stiffbeard to be sacrificed. Save him, for my time here is over." Remember the illusionary walls. Oh, he's still his dying voice. Sorry, his dying voice is hard. "This talisman may help." He holds out a key as his eyes close, and he falls silent. Well, the elf dies, and we got some talisman. Just automatically that we can't see. I was expecting some combat. Alright, so out of there. Well, we're at least a quarter done this dungeon. We're off to a good start. Kind of want to see what's over here. Oh, the talisman given to you by the elf causes the west wall to shimmer. Oh. See, notice how my auto map wall shows that? I didn't even notice it until I was looking at where to go next. That's obviously where to go next, but let's finish exploring where you would normally go first before we cheat through the walls like that. And we got plenty of Driders to kill. Try and cast again, are you? Unfortunately... Oh, which one was it? Oh, there's a ton of them. Ew. Can't really do much. Well... I mean, that was good on them. Taking advantage of my locked up location here. Sorry, singing. Oh, these are really good songs. It's like some of my favorite songs from the CD, but it's gonna interrupt me. Dang it! Alright, this group had a really good map layout for just not being able to affect them. I actually managed to cast Flee on us. And the fact that I can't hit them with anything is really... Man, we're just getting crushed. Yeah, I didn't have a good way to interrupt any of that. Sorry, Christina. I'm not helping. Oh, we've got the death spell. Let's try that. Alright, Pixel. Do you have Lightning Bolt by any chance? You do? Alright. Lightning Bolt it is. Taste of your own medicine. It wasn't amazing, but it did what it did. Oh, good. So the death spell has such a weak radius. I hope it's friendly fire only. We'll find out here. Well, I mean, it did kill him. So I think it's sort of an area effect. I read up on some of the spells. Death spell is like a small AoE-ish. And it kills sort of based on how many hit die the enemies have. So... Oh, right, running away. Some creatures will have a lot of hit points, like hit dice. And they will, you'll only be able to kill like 1 or 2 with the death spell. But if it's weak enemies, the death spell should kill like tons of them. Alright. Well, that was great. Guess we'll take the gems. Okay, because we took so much damage, I'm gonna go cheese it out again here. I'm not gonna restore our spells every time, but like when the lightning bolt damage is such craziness, I don't have to manually cure light wounds 100 times. Alright, so this time, let's not let them cast lightning bolt on all of us. Fella doesn't really have anything that was gonna help that. Well, technically. And that. I'll just do some damage here. I, though, will move down, and I'll cast Stinking Cloud, which is great for messing up casters. That's 2 down. Not like it matters here. Okay, we should be able to hit them all with physical attacks. Yeah, before they were able to cast. I wasn't sure about the turn order, but we managed to pull it together. We managed to pull it out, basically. Not sure if I needed my Stinking Cloud for sure, but this way nobody dies, so that's good. Alright. Yeah, fine. Share the gems. Driders really like their gems. Bash. A large meeting hall filled with arguing Driders. There's a lot of them. A lot of Driders here. Well, okay, what we're going to do is make a line and then throw in a fireball. Christina, you are a fireball wielder. As am I, but we don't need to use all our fireballs. Okay, this is actually a good spot. I should hit everything. Excellent damage roll, Christina. I like 46s. So these guys are basically dead already. Oops, wrong way. I'd say, as long as the Driders are unable to cast Lightning Bolt on the group, they seem very easy. And oddly enough, they're not using their bows at all. All the artwork for them has bows. And they just never use it. I know I'm not always filling out the whole map. I'm trying to save a bit of time. Another barracks of Driders. Maybe I should just get the hint and stop messing with these. Look at all these fireballs. Pixel just learned all the fire. Okay, so it's a pretty good spot. That should hit everything. I always try to just double check my fireballs, you know. As our mage levels continue to get higher, the risk of like nearly wiping out the party does rise. Because the fireballs just hit so hard. Especially once we get delayed blast fireball. So if you don't remember, the way fireballs work, it's your mage level, your magic user level, times a 1d6 dice. Like, you roll that many 1d6s. So if I'm a level 12 mage, I think, or 13 or something like that. 13. So my fireball from me would do between 13 and 78 damage if you rolled all 6s. Which is pretty awesome. Delayed Blast Fireball, which is a level 7 magic user spell. Casting level 7 magic user, not like... I have to be probably level 14 to cast it. I believe instead of a 1d6, it's a 1d6 plus 1 per dice, basically. It's not just plus 1 on the whole thing. Like, it's not... It's not like 13 to 78 plus 1, so 14 to 79. That's lame. It's every dice, instead of being 1 to 6, consider them 2 to 7. So that makes the minimum damage like 26, although I'll be, you know, at the current level, it'll be 26 to 14 times, 13 times 7, whatever. I'm not going to do it all in my head, but my point is that Delayed Blast Fireball is awesome. Also, it should cast instantly, or you can put a delay on it and have it cast in however many turns you want. But we won't need that. Usually you just want to cast it instantly and kill everything or interrupt everything. We're getting a lot of like mid-40s on the damage roll. Fireball is nice like that because it's a good average type. You get a good average amount of damage. It scales as you level up, which is great. And because you get to roll a whole bunch of d6s rather than just rolling one d100 or something, you'll almost always get a reasonable amount of damage out of it. One of the many reasons I don't need to explain for why Fireball is good. The room is full of very plump humanoids. One speaks to you and you record it in journal entry 58. Alright. I'll actually see if I can show this for you guys. This one? No. There it is. Prisoner's speech. The Driders have returned to this area only recently. They have been unable to enter this valley because of the ice blocking their tunnels. Suddenly, the tunnels melted clear and many new monsters began to appear. The Driders remember these creatures from over 300 years ago, when the valley was torn by a battle between two brothers. One of the brothers was responsible for the ice, but the Driders have no idea how. I remember something about that. So, they like fatten the humans up and then just eat them, I guess, because they're spiders. Officers' sleeping quarters. No officer sleeping to kill. There we go, more Driders. Man, so many Driders. I'll use one of my fireballs. I would like to finish up this entire dungeon in one episode if possible. I know we're already at 30 minutes, so I suppose it's unlikely. Maybe we can do half of it. Look at me letting people move through easily. Such a conscientious fighter. Alright, more gems, a little bit of experience. It's actually pretty weak for experience compared to the frost giants we were fighting earlier. Slaves are quartered here. One comes forward and speaks. Recorded in Journal 70, alright. I'll just read it. The Black Circle has collected us as payment to the Driders. In return, the Driders will help them with some mysterious rite. One stronger prisoner was taken from among us. I believe he is to be sacrificed. You must seek him out and save him as well. Sure. It's basically why we're here. It's an odd little section there with nothing in it. Alright, so there's probably just like one little section left before the amulet door. Fire giants, you know, it's fun. Fire giants don't have magic, so I can just smack them. Will I smack them? I will smack them up. Hey, Sir Derek is helping! That might have been the first time he's ever helped us. Bam! Look at that. Yeah. I'm not sure if Rangers get double damage or 50% more or something, but it's definitely something like that. Excellent. Look at all that. So now we got tons of experience for a fight. I'm much better. And, you know, ridiculous amounts of money, but that's fine. I'm actually kind of happy that we're fighting fire giants again, just because it will help us level up so much quicker. Did we ever decide if they were, like, weak? Oh, you know what? This might be a good point for a Cone of Cold. I'm really trying to get the Cone of Cold figuring out. I should have moved up one more tile and then cast it to the left. I have no idea how to use this thing. Good, good, good. Did I hit? I missed one because I didn't want to hit my own party. So I successfully used a Cone of Cold, and I believe I hit almost the entire enemy group, except for maybe 2 of them, and didn't hit a party member. That's the first time I've ever managed that. 100% I can guarantee I've never had such a good Cone of Cold in this game. In other games, it's not so difficult, but for whatever reason in Gold Box, whatever the math behind how a cone in squares work, in a square grid fashion, I've just never been able to sort it out very well. I did read that, like, as your level grows, your magic user level, you will have a larger area of effect from the cone. So maybe I just, you know, when you learn it at level 8 or whatever, your level is so low that it's just a teeny tiny little Cone of Cold and it's really hard to get to do anything. And now as our level's getting better, maybe now I can learn how it works. And it can actually have a good effect. But like damage-wise, you saw, it's actually as good as a fireball for damage, so perhaps even better. So that's potentially good. We don't need 16,000 platinum. It's okay. We're rich. And platinum is too heavy. We'll just carry gems and jewelry around. It's fine. Just a dead end. Oh, good! Pyrohydras and fire giants. I don't know if they were amazing for... Wait, where's the pyrohydras? Oh. I think we have to fight the giants first. And then we fight the pyrohydras. So, do I have another cone? I think, like, I was only memorizing, like, 1 Cone of Cold. I'm gonna get rid of these cloud kills, because I did look it up. against enemies with, I can't remember the exact number, but it's like I think it's around 5 or 6 dice of hit points, it does nothing. We have like 12 hit point die as our party members, like whatever the max is, it's 10 or 12 or something. And most of the characters we're going to fight, if we look at their HP, 54, I don't know how they calculate it exactly, but because it should be random for each one, technically. But I'm going to guess that they have like D6s or D8s for health. Even at a D8, that's like 6 dice, 6 max D8s, and it's probably more than that. So the chances of Cloud Kill ever working is basically nothing at this point in the game. So I'd rather at least try Cone of Cold, which is, it's actually been working okay. And Ice Storm is always alright. I'm going to cast it here just to make sure I don't hit any party members. Yeah, I think Ice Storm is a 3d10 damage, which is one of the reasons why it has such variability. It's just a few very large die rather than a bunch of little die. So you could get good damage, but it's more variable basically. Higher standard deviation if you're a math guy. And who does math, right? Or girl. There could be girls. Math gals. I don't want to continue the gender stereotype that only computer nerds are guys and mathy and geeky. Alright, that should wrap that up. Done. Done. No, just guard. Just get out of here. I mean, I definitely like the XP. It's going to be really good for leveling people up. But I do need to end this episode pretty soon. I guess we'll kill these guys, and hopefully this is the end of this section of the dungeon. So, I mean, Pyrohydras, they got 12 heads. They don't have a lot of HP, though, so I have a feeling we'll just crush them. There's one. I mean, this kind of has the feeling like it's supposed to be a boss battle, but they don't have enough HP to be scary. Yeah, okay, one got an attack. Oh, they only did 1 damage? I was expecting they were going to get like 12 attacks and do like, 10 damage each attack. They might actually get 12 attacks, but they might have such a low THAC0 that because we have an amazing armor class, they just can barely hit us. Which is totally possible. We're just overpowered. At least it makes for quick battles. Well, we'll see how much experience we get. That'll be a good, Yeah, see, these things give you less experience than the giants, so they're not really a high-level monster, I don't think. Not, unreasonably high level. Oh, there's a little bit more up here. We'll finish it off quick. Slave pen. They run away. Sure. They also run away. Good. Good for them. And some fire giants. Alright, let's do this quick. I'm not 100% sure if this will do anything, but we'll try. You'd think they would resist fire. They totally are immune to fire. But now I have confirmed it. Oh, they managed to hit somebody finally. We'll just put it on quick. These guys aren't so dangerous that I need to manually control everything. I like how we can control Vala, unlike Sir Derek, who is kind of annoying, just on his own. I gave him all that cool gear, and he just does his own thing. I don't want to auto-battle Serious, because he doesn't cooperate on auto-battle. I gotta get Fella that 2 attacks per round. He's gonna be so much better once he can do that. So Vala took a bit of damage there, I noticed. And she's okay. No, well, was there any... Like, one of these days there's gonna be, like, magical artifacts. and I'm gonna miss out on it, and someone's gonna be really mad at me in the comments, but... Oh, good. Intense heat covers your body as a large group of hellhounds attacks. If I remember correctly, though, these things are really weak. Like, seriously, don't worry about these guys. Oh, there's a lot of them. They can breathe fire as well, but, you know, 3 damage, right? Maybe if you were really low leveled or something, I don't know. I have a feeling that no matter what you do, by the time you get to this point in the game, these things are going to be really, really easy. So I'll try to get through this quickly. And yes, I'm hiding behind a corner. The last time I fought a monster I couldn't remember very well, someone got swallowed whole and died. So, you know. I figured maybe these guys had like a incinerate spell and they just kill you instantly. 500 experience, yeah, they're like level 1 or 2 monsters for sure. Probably like level 2 or 3 maybe. It takes 1,000 experience to get to level 2. Alright. Ice Storm to speed things up a little bit. I don't feel like I need to rush, but it has been over 40 minutes. I try to do 30-minute episodes, supposedly. Supposedly! Fella, you missed. What is going on? What kind of weapon does Vala have? She doesn't do very much damage to these large monsters. It takes so long to cast magic, like real time it takes so long. It's probably faster for me to just melee it all. Okay, you can just quick battle. You get it. And he surrenders. Alright, good. Tons of XP, tons of not loot. Another dead end. Okay, I think that covers everything then. Good, that's sort of what I was aiming for, is to finish these rooms up. And then next episode, we can head through here. Alright. So thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed. I actually will do one thing between episodes. I'll go rest up and restore our spells at the safe spot. And I will listen to this awesome song that interrupts me while I'm trying to talk. So see you guys next episode. Hope you've enjoyed and have a great day.